You think I am in Jerusalem now when I'm recording, but it is not easy to come to Jerusalem, as it is a spirit war. And I was thinking how the spirit war will come to be. And what happened was the taxi come and get me in the morning, and it was a beautiful morning without any snow or icy roads, no full of cars to wait on. It goes smooth to the airport in Denmark, in Copenhagen. But then, when I should check in my suitcases, and I have these assistants, and they took me to the check-in, and then the woman that was sitting there, she said I couldn't enter the flight because I needed to have an insurance for she say it's called the COVID insurance. That means if I be sick in COVID-19 or this related COVID and stay in the hospital in Israel, then Sweden have to pay for the treatment. So of course I didn't have that because it have just changed to be that, and it maybe was 2 weeks since I look at if it was okay to take a flight to Israel without any COVID vaccine, and it was okay to travel. And now when I should travel, I couldn't go up on the flight, and but they changed my ticket because this woman that was handled the ticket, and she that took care of me and drive me in wheelchair, she tried the best to make it okay for me, but it was too late because when I should check in, it was only 20 minutes before the airplane should leave, and then I have to do this insurance, and the woman that denied me to come on the airplane, she said it could be made in 2 minutes to do this insurance. So I give them my passport and my telephone, and they started to sign in for insurance, and I don't know how it looked like because they say it should take 1 day for me to get the insurance, and then they changed the airplane to be December 9 on Friday, and I pay a little money for to change airplane, and then I say I had already done everything. I have paid for the taxi in Jerusalem, in Israel, and I have also ordered a hotel that I pay from today, and they are gonna be charged of the money also from the hotel, and everything was bad, and then it go worse because I was thinking I can stay at the hotel close to the airport and wait for Friday, because I can't take the train back to my home as I'm disabled. So I needed to order a taxi that drive me from Denmark to Sweden. And that is not easy to order. It maybe takes some days. So it was about equal to stay in Copenhagen. But then when they took me in a wheelchair to a hotel that have a decent price for the room. And then they say what it is today in many countries, and especially in Denmark and Sweden, that you can't pay with cash. It's about only bank card. And I have paid for the taxi in the morning, and I didn't had money on my bank account. So I say I only have shekel, Israel money, and then I have a little of US dollar. I say to them, but they say they couldn't take cash. So they drive me to another hotel that take US dollar, and that was double price for that hotel. This hotel, I am in that hotel, and it's very expensive and exclusive hotel that they took me to, and I don't know if I be tricked, because I was so tired and my brain started to be weird, so I couldn't think. I let them take me to places and pay, and it was 550 US dollar for 2 nights, and there is nothing in this hotel to do. There is a swimming pool, but I am not swimming, and it's not special to do here. It's a big room, and very cold because of this electricity they hold in. It was very cold, but it was this fan that there is in like USA, and I have lived in those homes that have this heat and fan built in the walls. So I have changed it so that it have been more warm in the room, almost normal temperature. And so this was money that I should have to Israel, but then come a turning around for me, because the hotel say that I didn't need to pay for those days. I have only ordered the room there, and I didn't need to pay for this 2 days I have to stay in Copenhagen. But now I'm frightened. Now I'm worried that it's hard for me to book a room on the same hotel for Friday, because if I can't come into Israel, then it's going very bad. I don't think they are going to make me not need to pay for the room that I not live in. So I can't order a hotel now in Jerusalem, and I have still the money to pay for 1 month staying in a hotel, but now I can't order it because I don't know if I will be in Jerusalem. I have paid for the flight once again. It's not so very much money. It's about $40 US dollar. So I have paid for that to change it to Friday. But then I have paid for the taxi from the airport in Tel Aviv, and then I couldn't use it. But I still have the taxi from the hotel till the airport. I have one direction that is left. If I could come into Jerusalem. And the question I have, I understand that is a spirit war going on now. And I have never believed that it should be a smooth traveling to Jerusalem now, because what will happen if I reach Jerusalem, then it will be very special for this earth. It will come. Everything that have been in my life and everything I have walked into, and the goal there is that is very close now. But as I have said to you, is that it's depend on people. It have nothing with heaven to do. They waiting for people to act, and no one act. No one helped me to come to Jerusalem. I have got money to pay the hotel, but that was saying Nazareth, so I don't know what it was. If it was God only that did it, and no, not a person. And then I have got some small amount that have done that I can fix some bills, extra bills that I have had for this traveling. But now is it more money? And I know that's the devil, how he do this. He love to play with the money. That's his tools, and that's why what he doing now. And so I have paid for the airplane ticket, and I have money to stay at the hotel. But that question is how can I come to Jerusalem? How can I? And there's special. What is special is that this corona insurance. I don't need to have it if I fly from Finland to Israel. Finland doesn't. In Finland it says a recommendation, but both in Sweden and Denmark is it that I need to have it. So this is the glitch. You can say like glitch. It's a little opening there to how do they look at it. Because if they look at that, I take the flight, I fly to Finland, to Helsinki, and then I change the airplane to go to Tel Aviv, Israel, and if they count it like I am traveling from Finland, then I don't need this insurance. But if they look at that I am coming from Sweden, or I am took the first flight to Denmark, then I can't enter in without any insurance. So it's interesting. I'm not, because this doesn't matter for me in that way. I work under God, that I can go home and those money that I should spend at the hotel, I can buy me a new computer because I need that. So I can do that, spend the money on. But I prefer to go to Jerusalem and make the end of my walking in 22 years. Should my painful and suffering and everything be nothing? It's the thing I have win on this is that I have come to know God and how they are working around us, and I have tried to teach you, and those in heaven have coming and want to teach you about how they see it and what they are doing in heaven, and that there is no religion. It's only God and heaven, and then is the man-made how to think about these things. But the truth is in the spirit. The spirit is the truth, and it have nothing with what we are doing here on earth. If we not get it from heaven, it's when we walk here on earth, is it like an empty people that walk around here, and I don't watch this serial or movies that is this dead people who are walking around. I don't know what it's called, but I know about it. But it is like that because it's what is the reason why we have been born here on earth? To marry and be and get children and then die. And some people don't never get any kids. And now they have turned out to be men can be pregnant now, so it doesn't need to be a woman and a man together. It can be a woman and woman and man, and that have nothing with God to do, because God is a spirit, and the world that is around us, that is God, is the spirit, is the spirit world. It have nothing with our walking here on earth. And I have never asked for money, but I need some support of money, because it's a war. It's a spirit war, but the evil spirit use the money for to get me to not could pay for those things I need to pay for, and he make me go empty in the money. If you see it, you see it. If you think about what he is doing now, or she is doing, because there is no gender of the evil spirit. It's a spirit, and it's the same as in heaven, that it is neither a woman or neither a man. It's the same in the other world. So the question is, if I get support of you in what if you don't have any money, but you can at least repost my episodes, and so there maybe is a person that have the money that can support me, that you maybe post it so they can find my podcast, because this is very important for the whole planet. If you want the planet to live, or if you want it to go black and avoid, and there is so many solar system in the universe, so they don't need to use our planet for what they want to do and are building. They don't need that. It's up to us what we are doing. And I have doing what I should do in 22 years since God come and talked to me in year 2000. And it have nothing with me be a woman to do, because I tell you, the spirit have no gender. So it's to fool you to believe that only man can be that God calling man. God can call any gender, any age, any outlook, disabled or not disabled. He can call whatever he wants to call, because he is God. So this is what I'm doing now. I am trying again on the airport on Friday, and I hope it can come an insurance tomorrow, or else I heaven have to do something with that. They see it as I leaving from Finland and not from Denmark or Sweden, so I don't need this. And the woman that took me in the wheelchair, she tried very much about the countries to find out a solution for me. She was very good. So when those two women, she that drove me in a wheelchair and that woman that have with a ticket to do, they try very hard to get me into the airplane. And when I sit and listen at them, they speak Danish, but I understand Danish. And when I sit there, I was thinking, have God sent two angels to help me? I was asking that inside my mind, my brain. And they were angels, but they were not so powerful that they needed to be. But they at least tried to get me on the airplane very hard. And then it had to be a spirit. It can't be a human thing. It have to be a spirit thing, and with the support of money for me to could do what I should do for this planet. I never thought that I should be so important. I never thought that when I started my walk. And I see it today that it's not a hard burden because it's not me, because it's heaven that do this. But and I know it will be so sad if the help, support and help from people never will come, because I wrote those people that I know in Israel about my trouble, but no one answered me. And those that was Christian, they always are saying to me that we are going to pray for you, but that have no help, because I tell them that I have a close connection with heaven and God, so I don't need extra from other people, and I don't know what God you believe in and what you are praying. I have no control over it, but I have control over when I pray and when I talking to heaven and God, and I don't need those other. I need support in material, earthly things. I need support with, so I can do this. It's if people could understand how important it is, this to help me to be going to Jerusalem, and it have been so much money I have spent to reach Jerusalem, and now on Friday that's the last time I try to come to Jerusalem. I'm not going to hit my head bloody into the wall. It's enough what I have done. And on Friday, if I can't take the flight to Israel, then I drive home. And I have money, so I can buy me a very nice computer to my home. And I maybe have I have tooth pain in my tooth, so I can repair that for doing things for myself. But that is the last thing I do, because I need to really come to Jerusalem and be there when God is coming and end the whole thing, to sweep away the evil things that we have. To come and take his people up, and then sweep away everything on earth that is not good, and then place us back to earth, to have the heaven on earth, like it is in heaven. It's both in heaven and on earth. But that Jesus couldn't say that when the disciple asked him, when should it happen? And he said that he couldn't tell when the end day, the day of end will come, because that is not the day. It is about what people are doing. It's on us that live on this planet to act for heaven to come to this planet, and not let the evil take over the whole planet. So it's very important for people to handle. No one in Israel have said, you can come to my home and I have a bed for you that you can sleep in. No one have said that to me. And that how it started. It started with that they told me from heaven that I should create many Jewish friends. And I didn't know why I should do it. But then later on they say that I should travel. Now second time they say that I should do my passport. And then they say I should travel to Jerusalem, and then I should touch the Golden Gate. They say it was touch the end of everything. Press the button of let a light come all over the world, or press the button to close this planet. It's up to people that live here on earth. It's time for them to be responsible for this planet. It's not a political thing, it's a spirit thing. They are waiting for you to handle, to take action, to understand, to support someone that God have told to do all these things I have done in 22 years. I have increased my knowledge the whole time without people have told me. It's heaven that have educated me. And if you have followed me, you know my story, how they increased my knowledge and how I could reach heaven, be in heaven, and could talk to heaven and heaven coming down. But they need to understand that in heaven that they need to not only go before me, but they need to be with me also, to open doors for me so I can come to Jerusalem. So I'm staying here in this expensive hotel because I can't move. I am disabled, so I can't move from this hotel. That's the problem. I could have walked around if I could walk. Then I could walk around and look for a cheaper hotel than this. But this was the hotel I come to. And I have to let it be in that way. So remember that it's up to you to support this, what's going on. It's maybe to not buy all those cigarettes, to spend those money to send to me, and I have placed my bank account number on some of the episodes in my podcast. So that's not the excuse. You can maybe stop to take so much eating outside and eat at home and do those older parties and these things. That is not helping this planet, to waste the money on things that is going away as soon it's there. It's never last. It will not be anything. You can stop and drink some of your wine bottles to support for this, not support to me, but support the planet to stay in the light. Now it was a spirit that come and was here, and so they start to come here. So we will see what's going to happen on Friday. It's be interesting. Am I going to Jerusalem or am I going back home? And I am not frightened, but I am a little sad about that if I have to go home without have been to Jerusalem. But it's up to you to help me also, that I can maybe do other things I can do to come to Jerusalem maybe, and could pay for it. I maybe have to go around to some other countries that doesn't have this restriction to come to Israel in some way. I don't know what heaven will do, but it's a critical time just now. But I'm staying here in this hotel. I'm okay. I'm eating expensive breakfast tomorrow, and then I don't know what to do because I can't leave this hotel because I can't walk outside. It's around the hotel. It's new hotel, so it's around the hotel is much going on, workplaces, and then the streets to the airport. I can see the airport from the hotel, but the street is so very busy, and there is no really stop signals for the cars. So you have to be very fast to walk over the streets. So I can't do it. I'm locked in here until it's time for me to come to the airport. And they say that I should call the assistants on the airport because they're gonna hold me as I have paid for the flight ticket, and I couldn't fly with them, and they check out on me, so I still have the assistance when it's time for me to take the airplane to Israel. But tomorrow I don't know what to do tomorrow more than to be on internet. It's free internet on the hotel, and internet is very good here. So it's only to wait for the Friday to see what will happen, and then I don't have a taxi when I come into Tel Aviv, and I don't have a hotel. And those both taxi and hotel can be helped from people that I get a bed in their home, and they come and get me with their car to drive me. So that those two things that I don't have now, that is action from people. So that's also a test to say, is there anyone that is coming and take me from the airport in Tel Aviv and open their home for me to could stay there? And that is also a test if people is with God or the devil. It's a test. It's a test on you. It's a test on this planet. So thank you for listening. And it's curious, but it's also sad that the planet have been like it is.